should be able to hear me now. Immediate rebalance on the daily. Yeah. Bro, why is it doing that? Sorry. You got this order block here. I'm watching this discount. I mean this not discount. Watching this wick here to see if they wanna. On the daily. New week opening gap CE. We're trading around. Let's see if we can get inside this gap here. New day opening gap on ES. Trail, you streaming tomorrow? Tomorrow's NFP. I don't know. It depends what happens today. I really don't like trading. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't like trading on NFP, but I'd rather not trade an NFP day. But I'm not opposed to it. You know, I have before, so guess it would just depend on how the day goes. So this is the new dealing range ran right here. Took out this high from Core Beans. Do you usually talk through trade or mostly visual explanation? I talk through trade sometimes. It just depends. We took out the high from Monday. This is the new dealing range ran. So we want to see what they do with it inside the premium here. We want to see if they can reach somewhere. We do got an order block here as well. It's 1 hour order block, so. I wonder if that wick there on is it there too on okay, yeah, it is. All right. We got the first fair value gap here at 931. Yeah, 931 is fair value gap here. So I'll just do that. my bias is kind of neutral right now. Like I'm still like bullish. Go to a regular chart. I'm still bullish, right? We had this immediate rebalance you see here with the daily time frame. So I'm still bullish, but you know, yesterday when this candle opened, this new daily candle opened, we opened up bullish, and now you see it here now. So I want to see how deep they would want to bring it into this range. That's why I'm watching this wick here. So yeah, we have this clear range right there. Straightforward. Do you expect a consolidation in the upcoming weeks? Um, I'm not gonna say a consolidation, but it just depends on when we put in a swing high on the daily time frame. I feel like, but I'm not gonna say I expect consolidation. You know. We came into the CE of the new day opening gap on ES. Got this order block right here as well. So you're still in the premium. If we don't find anything in the AM session, PM session will definitely be better. I usually wouldn't trade a day like this. Let me tell you why. Because the previous daily candle, look how large this daily candle is here. I would consider this a large range day, and usually like in the morning sessions, like post large from the previous large range day. So this morning session, it could be a little sloppy, but we just take our chances and see what's likely to happen today. But usually, like if I'm on a funded account, I wouldn't trade a day like today. I would just let it do what it do, given the fact that we do have NFP tomorrow too as well. But I'm on the eval, so I'm okay with getting on here today and looking at price. Watching this gap here on the 5-minute. This gap is aligned with pretty much this at the 50% mark. I mean, I guess it's still on the premium. This 5-minute gap here. See if they use this inversion or if we. Nah. most likely want to see this as inversion if we're going to continue to trade lower since we're in a premium. Get rid of that though. So it's looking like we're extremely heavy. Look at this. We displaced lower, expansion lower. Above, below the midnight open and 8:30 open. So you see, it looks like we're extremely bearish for the time being. This is the New York PM session low here from yesterday. So I did take a trade. I didn't take a trade yesterday, but I did live stream on Tuesday, and I did trade that PM session. This was the trade I caught inside the. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can. This was the trade I took inside the PM session yesterday. So took a small loss here, low risk here, and then I did say I was gonna wait for that 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock silver bullet. I should have just waited, but I took an early trade here, and then once I realized what was going on, I actually did end up catching another source to those equal lows. So that was a pretty nice trade. I did upload the video for you guys. I did upload it, but by the time I realized I was recording, it was already too late. Like, I was recording the video and I was already like an hour in, so I only ended up getting like 7 minutes worth of it, and I just deleted it. I felt like it was pointless for me to keep it up there, because you guys can see how I was actually navigating through price. So, but I did catch that trade and cover some of those losses from Monday and Tuesday morning. Came to the CE of this new day opening gap. Look at that reaction there. Got an S&T here. We didn't tap into this gap on ES, but we did on NQ. Still in a premium based on the range, so I would want to buy this in a discount. New day opening gap, lower quadrant right there. Hmm. I didn't take this long because we're still in the premium, so we'll wait. We are below the midnight opening, 8:30 open, but I would have liked for us to come below this, maybe put in the SMT. So we'll see. Institutional order flow entry drill could have been here. This fair value gap. That's a pretty decent push up, not gonna lie. Show breaker here, high, low, higher, high. Maybe they wanna take this higher. inside the macro. 6 minutes into the macro, so far all we did was hunt this liquidity and come into this inefficiency here. This becomes your order block there. Does price wanna? Oh, we're inside this 15-minute bearish fair value gap here. Now I'm gonna see what they want to do with it here. Cause I don't want to take a long here, and ES continues to price higher. That is a crazy wick though, not gonna lie. God damn. Let's see what happens. We close in 2 minutes, so I would expect ES to close, maybe have an immediate rebalance, and then maybe head lower. Maybe want to head lower once more. But that is a crazy wick, so let's see. I can imagine it's just wicking, just this one wick, and then we trade higher from that one wick. But if it did, that'd be, not gonna lie, this was a pretty good price run higher. We barely just closed above it, but we closed above there. Let me see, entry. Order block. That's a pretty nice trade right there. Almost a 1 to 8, pretty decent. I'm watching ES to see if it wants to just trade lower from this 15-minute. Let me mark this out. We are in a premium as well. Yeah, let's see. 1 minute left. When the new 1 hour candle opens, let's see if we can get the immediate rebalance. This is an order block as well here too. As you can see, we tapped into it already there on the 30-minute. We tapped into the wick low at that, but okay, just like that. I think we're still heavy, so we got the order block here. Got the inversion fair value gap here. Stop loss gonna go above the order block high. And then we'll target I guess we'll just do a market order close for the most part. Let's see. Short here. Stop loss there. That'd be pretty decent. Go to my other account. I believe we're still pretty heavy on price. So let's see. Going in with small risks. Gonna watch it from my phone so you guys can y'all can watch this, whatever. Just to let me know if we're just to let me know if I gotta wait or not. So yeah, it's looking like it may. Yeah, based on that 15-minute, we're still in the lower portion of the gap on ES. So if we can get a break lower, then I can add another position. But if not, we'll just use this here. I meant to just add one now that I think about this, but it's okay. Small. Let's see, go to. Yeah. I mean, that's okay. 2 is cool, but I would have liked to add it just 1. Let's go, Omar, bro. If we get a closure below these consecutive up close candles, I'll consider that an order block, and then I'll add 1 more position. But I have to see the closure first. We have it on the 2-minute. So here's the 1-minute rejection block here as well. Alright, that trade didn't work. Make sure I'm not on this too. Okay. Alright. Alright, so this is what I see here now. Because that trade didn't work out. First fair value gap. Right. If I look at this, you do have this 5-minute bullish fair value gap there. We have this change in state here. Because the price run this low here. We run this low right there. And then we have this change in the state. So ES. ES still inside that 15-minute. 15-minute bullish fair value gap. So I mean bearish fair value gap. So but we traded higher into this. You see, we tapped into it once more, coming from this gap here. So I gotta see what they would really want to take price. See what they want to do with this. And my stop loss probably should have been above. It could have been above this swing high, but it's okay. We'll see. The ES does look a little cleaner, not gonna lie. Given the fact that we had that immediate rebalance, ES does just look cleaner. Yeah, so my stop loss was just a little too tight. On ES, this looks super clean on ES, right, chat? Let's see if we get that change in the state. We got the inversion. Cancel that. Got the order block there. Why didn't you short the inversion for what you got? Nice shot. Yeah, the model it looked pretty nice, looked pretty clear. My stop could have been above the swing high, I feel like, though. Instead of the order block high, put it above the swing high. This is where most of the volume is at, most of the liquidity is at. So I should have put it above the swing high. That's my fault on that one. Yeah, ES looks clean as hell. So let's see if we get that move I was looking for. Stop loss just a little bit too tight, I feel like. Yep. Let me see if I can get something on ES. Maybe like an immediate rebalance. Inversion fair value gap there as well. I'm not doing anything right now because we're inside this 5 minute bullish fair value gap. Even though we got the change to stay here on the 1 minute, but this 5 minute bullish fair value gap still holding. think my stop loss was just too low. I mean, it was too high. I should have put it above the swing high, not the order block high. They came and directly tagged that. So, all good. Yep, that's my fault. Yep. Yep, that's my fault. Stop loss stop loss way too low. I mean, not enough room yet. Mm-hmm. Make sure I put it above the swing high next time. Yeah, we had it on the 2 minutes, so yeah. See what they're doing here. Yeah, I want to see if we can get some type of pullback. I feel like ES can go. I feel like NQ can be a little heavy today, given the fact that we're still in a premium. That's what ES gives us. That's not bad right there, 1 to 8. I like that right there. You got this order block right here as well. That's why I added another one. Got that order block there. I think this can get pretty low. We can get a run lower. Maybe. Let me decide the gap. Let's see. I'm looking at this. We do have that 5 minute. I want to see them leave this open, given the fact that we didn't trade into it there. We took out the rejection block here on the 5 minute. Yeah. New week opening gap, consequent encroachment. Still in the premium though. So let's see, man. Let's see. This is some good displacement right here. I'm not gonna lie. That's some pretty good displacement. So if we get a closure above the consecutive down close candles there, may have to cut this trade short. We inverse this gap here as well. Still think it wants to go lower though, so we'll just have to wait and see. But let's just see. Yeah, I'm gonna move stops here because I wouldn't want them to bring it. I wouldn't want them to close above this here. That means this would be an order block after tapping into this here. So just gonna go like that. Keep the losses small just in case I'm just wrong and not on the right side this morning. So I'm okay with that right there. Even on the 15 minute, this would be an immediate rebalance. So, yep, we got the immediate, yeah. So, they may want to bring price higher. Yep. Put it above that high there. Still holding from this order block, so but we holding up from that inversion here, and this is that 5 minute rejection block. So we lower risk, so that's all that matters. We good. Keep ourselves in the game. Yeah. One of those days, chat. It'd be like that, you know? Really do be like that. Cause this should become your breakaway gap After tapping into we have two gaps here. We tap into this one, we didn't tap, and then we don't tap back into that one. That should be the breakaway gap if they're gonna send price lower. Price shouldn't trade back into that. That's why I moved my stop instead of that high to that high. But we got the proportion block right here. If this is going to be your order block, this is the proportion block. So let's see if they take it higher from there or we continue to run lower. And it's looking like they're going to take this higher. Yeah, it's looking like they're going to take this higher because we tapped into we're above the order block. We tapped in once here, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. We did tap into this 5-minute institutional order flow entry drill right here, so this may be saving us. Maybe, can't say too much, but you know. This could save us here, so let's see. So we did color outside the lines on this order block there. So I'm looking for a pretty decent run lower, not gonna lie. We do got this whole entire gap here, so I'm looking for them at least 0.5 if we do continue to trade lower from where we're at now. And then it'd be nice if we can trade back into the new week opening gap, the upper portion, this portion here. So I'll be looking for something like that, maybe 4 hours left. Let's see what this candle does here. I am in a little bit drawdown. So that's the rejection block there. Stop loss is in a good place. I'm okay with risking, keeping the risk up, given the fact that I am in drawdown. So I gotta let some of these trades just ride out. So on the first trade I took short, my stop loss was just too. I didn't give it enough breathing room, so my stop loss should have been above the swing high. And I do in my journal, I do have it's okay to put it above OB or swing, or the swing point. So next time I'll just put it above the swing high, I guess. They're pointing me. Yeah, it would have been an extra few points. It took a little time to get to that rejection block. That would have been one of my TPs right there, but it took a little time to get there, all the back and forth action, but it did get there. So that just means I know I'm correct. I just gotta use proper stop loss placement. That's all. Like I said, this is the first fair value gap. We around the new day opening gap. You see, we just constantly hanging around it. Yeah, I should put my stop loss above the swing high. New 5-minute candle open. I'm expecting some drop, a pretty decent drop lower. Yeah, I'm expecting a pretty decent drop lower. Definitely after inversing this 5-minute gap on ES. So we do have this SMT here holding, but I think they would want to come take the low here, or even this right there on ES. So let's see if that can play itself. A good TP, if we do continue to trade lower, a good TP would be here. Would be the CE, which aligns with this 1-minute order block. So this CE of the new day opening gap, that would be a nice target if it wanted to continue lower. So Guess we can go stops break even now. There shouldn't be no point for price to get back up in this area. So I'll cover some, put it above that there. We can go on the other account as well. Move stop there. And I want to let this kind of like ride, but given the fact that it is Thursday, I am in a bit of drawdown, so I want to secure, secure everything for the most part. So I'm gonna watch it from my phone and let this do what it do to see how deep we really would want to trade. Like I said, I'm watching ES to see if we get to the CE of the new day opening gap. So if we reach there, I'll most likely, if we can reach there, I'm expecting NQ to follow, continue to trade lower as well. And if we do get there, we can, I'll think about closing my position, or I'll let it take out the low. So just gotta wait and see. Stops at break even, so we good on that. Oh, my stop is not at break even. I am tripping. I don't like that. I mean, it's good though, I guess. Wait, what was my entry? My entry was. Let me see my executions. Oh, okay. Took out that low there, so we'll just reduce some risk, I guess. Seconds left. Look at the 5 minute. Yeah, if I'm looking at the 5 minute, I wouldn't expect it to come back up here after we got the immediate rebalance with these wicks here. So I am gonna go stops break even right there. And like I said, I want to let this ride out, even though they did kind of like edge my TP, the 0.5, that level there. We'll just take it. It is what it is. But yeah, let me go stops break even because I don't want to. There's no point in me taking a loss after getting that type of delivery lower. That's good right there. So if it wants to trade higher and hit my stop loss, it doesn't even matter. I was expecting a pretty decent run lower. So we'll see. want to see where we're at once we get here, because I'll do a market order if it's pretty decent to me, I guess. If we do get there, or if we trade here in reverse higher, so. All right, chat. I'm in a little bit of drawdown still, so I'm gonna just let me see, get the accounts back to where they need to be. We'll see. See if we can get a little lower. If not, then I'll cut the position. But everything's still kind of looking a little bit bearish. So I want to see what they do here. If we reject lower from this here, or we continue to. Let's see. I wonder, did we tap into that? We did. Oh, we did tap into that as well there. That's what I was looking for, my main objective. Okay. Yeah. Damn, that was quick as hell. Okay. Damn. Be good. We'll just see it through chat. Remember, we're at the break even, so. We at break even, so we in a good spot. And we got a small loss for the day. So look at what ES is doing. Yeah, ES took that. ES took that ES took that low. That trade inside the new day opening gap once more. So you have a volume imbalance on ES as well. So let's see. I'm expecting a pretty decent run lower, I'm not gonna lie. New 5-minute candle started, so I'm expecting some heaviness here. Expecting a little bit of heaviness. And then if price gets to the new day opening gap on ES, then I'll most likely close the position and I'll be okay with what, I got today. So once price get there, I'm at my position on this trade on ES, the new day opening gap. That's all I want. So just like that there. Gonna close that there. Gonna close this here. And we just gonna call that a day, chat. We covered. I would have, like I said, I would have still been in this trade if I would have. And I'm expecting price to run even lower, but it's the morning session. I'm really straight with this, to be honest. But like I said, I would have called majority of this trade if my stop loss just wasn't too tight on this. This was a perfect The entry was okay for sure. Entry was definitely okay. Um, you see, price had this fair value gap and this fair value gap follow prior to this changing to stay here. This order block right here. So this is why I was okay with taking it, even though I was a little patient on it to just wait and see what it wanted to do. But after seeing price, have an immediate rebalance with these candles here, we have this gap, I don't expect price to trade into this. This becomes a breakaway gap after just using this one. So that's why my stop loss was here. And as you can see, like price never hit my stop loss. So that's how you know these concepts are precise. And look at, you just see the precision on it right here, you see? So for the day, we're up about $200 in both the accounts. We got this account back to back to normal, and we're about $40 away from break even on this account. So we just gonna call it a day, chat, take our time, and that'll be it, man. I'm gonna get this uploaded on YouTube. Yeah, that'll be it. That'll be it, chat. That'll be it. Usually, like I said, I like the long under, we're below the midnight open in, 8:30 opening, but nothing is telling me like we're bullish. Even though we had this bullish move here, nothing's telling me that we're bullish. All I see is, bearish PD arrays being respected. Yeah, that's really pretty much it, chat. So, did anybody take this trade? Did anybody get in this trade that's watching the live stream right now? Anybody take this trade? So my initial target was this here, as you can see, the discount, right? The 0.5 level of the implied dealing range, right? Of the implied range. I could expect a run maybe to the new week opening gap there, but I don't want to sit here and allow for that to happen. I'm not gonna lie. Ready to just get my piece of the pie and call it a day. But this is what I was looking for here. Of the range, and then you see we have this order block here. So this could be the order block high. Do we tap into it? Oh yeah, we tapped into the order block high, but here's the order block open. So that could be a target as well. That could be a target, and yeah. What's done Tuesday, just watching? Oh, okay. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you for stopping through and watching me, trade. That's real. That is real. So I was looking at ES, and once ES touched that, I was done for the most part. I didn't want to be in it anymore. See, we had the 5-minute rejection block that was swept here. I still think price could trade lower, given the fact, look at this wick, we don't have a wick there. This becomes an immediate rebalance if we do decide to trade. Yep, right there. So I still think price could trade lower, but I'm good with this though. I'm happy that I was able to grab some of this after taking that small little loss there. So they could have definitely been bigger for sure. So I'll make sure to put this in my journal, and nice recovery though. Yeah, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Cause I was looking, I'm like, okay, cause usually like, I'm not gonna say I get it right every time. Like I don't try to like be right, but like usually I don't know, I'm on board for the most part. Most of the time, I am on board, I would say. And after my stop loss was hit, I was looking at a reason to why price would want to go long, but like it just wasn't given. Like the longs weren't given, The longs weren't it. I didn't see this. We had this 5-minute bullish fair value gap, but like this looked at like a fake run. Like we have no displacement. Like we got displacement here, but after we tap into that 5-minute fair value gap, which was here, let me mark it out, which was here, it became inversion obviously, but you see we trade and we trade back above it here, but we have no displacement. If we would have got displacement with this candle above, like maybe we embraced that, then I would have been okay. I would have been confident with, okay, we may want to take this a little higher, but price just trades through and we just like kind of like consolidate inside around this area here. Here, this gap 5 minute, then this 1 minute gap there. So yeah, but yeah, like I said, if you're still in this trade, I really do think it could trade. It could continue lower. Whoa, that was a pretty decent. Whoa, that's a crazy low key kind of drop right there. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, that's a crazy drop right there. But I thought we were gonna bounce from New Day opening gap from ES. The only reason why I didn't expect us to bounce from New Day opening gap is because we're in a premium based on the implied range we're in. So like we took the all-time high from yesterday, right? We took the all-time high from yesterday. You see we have this change in step delivery, right, on the 1 hour. Price trades lower. We're still in a premium, so any entry short here is valid. If you're looking for price to come rebalance the range, any short here, any short in this area is valid. Just like on NQ, any short was valid. I just was trying to get on board. That's all it was. I needed to get on board with a proper PD array with a proper entry. But yeah, as you can see, did it come to the open yet? Not yet. So this gives me the confidence that hold this even longer. Like even when, like say if we're in the plot, say if we're in a dealing range like this, and I'm expecting price to trade from a premium to equilibrium to discount. This gives me the confidence. Seeing this happen gives me the confidence to hold price even lower next time. You feel me? So and look at my stop loss. Look at that. That would have been a 17R trade. You don't get those a lot. You don't get those. That would have been an 18R trade pretty much. You don't get these type of trade ideas a lot, like RR a lot, because I risked 5 points on this basically. But it just gives me more confidence just to hold this. NQ didn't. NQ I didn't check ES. I was expecting Wednesday low of the week. I'm expecting Wednesday low to be the low of the week. I'm not expecting price to get there, but it could though. You know what I mean? The PM session, it could want to come hunt this here because this is you're right on the range though. Was in a premium. Yeah. And most of the time I take losses is if I'm most of my losses recently. Like I said, I just got back into trading this week. Monday was my first day. So most of my losses were when I would try to long in a premium, like price would be in a premium, and I would try to take a long. Even though I see the model looked clean and clear, I would try to long in a premium, and then it would never I would just lose for the most part. I would take a loss. So, and I would have narrative. My narrative was wrong. So, yeah, bro. Any short up here, any short opportunity. I was looking at the market, and I was looking at the market around this area here last night as well, before London. So pretty decent recovery. Once I get some more, once I get some more screen time, once I get more screen time and I get some more capital in this in these accounts, then I can go a little bit more heavier. But since I was in drawdown, I had to just keep my risk pretty low because I don't want to kill these accounts, because there's no point in me killing these accounts. And I meant to get a few more Sunday, but I fell asleep. I meant to go to the bank and deposit money into the ATM to grab a few more accounts, but I fell asleep. I woke up, it was too late. The sale was already over. So I'll just use these two. And then I got a My Funded Futures account. So depending on when I get these passed and then those passed, and I'll start, really scaling and copy trading. But I'm gonna work on just getting these taken care of first. I feel that, yeah, bro. These markets been a little tough. I'm not gonna lie, or I'm probably just saying that because I haven't been trading, really. I've been out the game for a little minute, so that's probably the reason why I'm saying that. I don't know, but it's been a little tough. I ain't gonna lie. feel me? Either, either my internet bugging or you frozen. I'm frozen. No, I ain't frozen. I'm looking at the stream here. I don't think I'm frozen, twin. I ain't gonna lie. If I'm frozen, that's bad, bro. That's bad if I'm frozen. Never mind, it was me. Oh, okay, bet. If you're new to the stream, make sure you leave a like. Make sure you subscribe. I be a live trade almost every day for the most part, and yeah, take y'all through the journey with me. Watch me get funded. Watch me get payouts. Um, all that good stuff. You know. So I've been streaming for about 2 hours now. Um, I am gonna get off the charts here soon. I don't want to sit here and just look at the candles just deliver lower. Not gonna lie, I've been on it for about 2 hours. So um, we closed the trade here at 23,592 flat. 23,509. So keep the lives coming, man. Definitely will, most definitely. So yeah, I'll come through tomorrow if you live. Probably sitting on NFP. Yeah, I think I'm gonna sit NFP out because um, I wasn't expecting a move like this today. I wasn't expecting a move like this today, given the fact that yesterday was a large range day. Like this is we have Wednesday's low here, and then we have the high. Basically, the high is here. So this was like a large range day here, right? So what, 500 points almost. So I wasn't expecting a price run this low. I mean, I kind of was, but I thought it would be like a little sloppy, given the fact that we have a previous large range day. I didn't think it would be like low resistance like this. You know what I mean? I would consider this like a low resistance liquidity run for the most part. Yeah, I would consider this low resistance. So I wasn't expecting it to be this clean, and I didn't expect it to get here throughout the AM session. Even though I could see this being the draw, but I would figure they would want to leave it for the PM session. Maybe trade off this order block here, and then create a gap or something like that, and then take it lower. But they're just getting right to the point right now. So yeah, they're getting right to the point now. So yeah, I'm most likely going to sit tomorrow out. I took a trade. I traded Tuesday. I traded Monday, Tuesday. I took a day off Wednesday. Took a day off Wednesday, and then I took a trade today. So this is my first I took a winning trade Tuesday during the PM session, but I was still down on the day. I just took away some of the loss, mitigated some of the loss I took from the AM session on Tuesday. But this is my first win on the actual day. So probably just gonna chill for tomorrow. Let it do what it do. Most traders lose their account on NFP, bro, and I was victim to that one time. So, or about 2 times, I believe. So I don't know. It just depends on how I'm feeling tomorrow, and I guess it depends on what the overnight session does. If the London session gives us an expansion and we take out some buy side, so so this is probably the only way I'll probably trade. So if I go, let me go here. So if the overnight session in London, if it gives us some type of expansion, right? We get some expansion higher, and then on the regular trading hours, right? Regular trading hours, we take out a high or something like that, and then I'll most likely look for something If we get a decent expansion in the London session. It just depends what London does, I guess. So if London is just like consolidation, then I'll probably just chill. But I'm not really sure yet. I really can't like predict, everything. I don't know, but yeah, it gotta be obvious, bro. That's what I'm thinking. Like this was pretty obvious right here, given the fact that we think about this, right? If we look at this, we'll go to a 5 minute. You can see this pretty clear. So as you can see, we have the consolidation here, right? This is the consolidation, as you can see. And then we have the manipulation higher, taking out the buy side here, those smooth highs, and then we start our expansion lower. We have our expansion lower, and then this is just a retracement. This is just a retracement, accumulating more short positions. So anybody that's looking at this, people who are trading like as a breakout here, so they probably looking at this and thinking it's going to go higher, probably doing something like this and trying to target maybe this here. But you see price just runs those stops out there. So we got a retracement, and then we have the expansion below the midnight open and 8:30 open. So I looked at that as prices being extremely like heavy, extremely heavy, given the fact that we had no like retracements except here along this run lower here. So, and you may look at this and may think that from this low here, from the low at 945 to, we'll just use this high. We'll use this high because this high took out this swing high. So we'll just use this dealing range here. This is a dealing range, not implied. This is the dealing range we're in right here. So this isn't a discount. This isn't a discount, right? But if you take it from the actual like implied range, from this high to this low, this is a premium. This is a premium. So yeah, man, yeah. It's good to know I ain't watched though, bro, cause I took a little break from trading, and when you take a break from trading, sometimes you kind of like, you lose that confidence a little bit. I would say you kind of forget things. You kind of make like small little tiny errors that you normally wouldn't make when you take a break from trading. I feel like, me personally, I guess. So 23,672. 23,672. There we go. Yeah. Stop loss was 26 points. I'm okay with like a 25-point stop loss or a 30-point stop loss. So around this area, that would have been pretty decent. But also my entry was in close proximity to this order block and this breaker block here. But you see, if I get it at the actual order block, if I execute at the order block, then that makes my stop point about 25 points, I would say. Me not taking a break led to me, yeah, bro. That's why I had to take a break, bro. I had to take a break because I was funded. I was funded, and I was funded on Top Step, and I had a chance to like withdraw. I had like 10 or 11 consistent green days, maybe more than that. But I never took out any profit. I don't know why I didn't withdraw. I had a pretty decent amount in there. And one day, I think I got fired from my job. And I feel like it kind of affected my psychology. And trading and my job was my only two sources of income at the time. So when I got fired that Thursday, I went to trade Friday, and I lost all my profit, bro. And I got a funded account. I got funded again the next week, but then I lost that and got funded again and lost that. And I don't know, bro. I had to take a break. I just kept getting funded and losing my accounts. I think I was trying to just chase the profit I had. I was just too stuck on that, trying to chase the profit instead of just taking my time, just using proper risk again. I realized if I didn't try to rush it back then, like losing all those funded accounts, I would if I would have just took my time and used proper risk, not trying to like just not trying to just like get everything back within that time. I don't know that time span. I guess um, I would be okay. I would have been pretty decent. But I kept rushing it. I feel like yeah, that's real. Yeah, I kept rushing it, bro. So I would get funded. I'll lose. I'll have a losing day, and then I'll let that losing day kind of get to me, so it would fuck up everything I had got going on. Then I would have to get funded again. So I was just trying to rush it, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I was just trying to rush it. Like I knew that my model was gonna deliver, so I decided to like up the size a little bit more instead of just taking my time, bro. And I couldn't. Sometimes I wouldn't accept the loss, so that would kind of like hurt me. And every time you hurt yourself, bro, you going back on your trading journey, bro. You kind of like delaying your progress. I feel like. So now you feel me, start all the way over again. So, um, in my opinion, bro, like coming from a person that has actually did it, I would just probably just like when it comes to trading, bro, you can't rush it, bro. You gotta make smart, calculated decisions all the time for the most part. Mindset got to be like calm, still, and collected. You can't have that like impulsive type mindset, like trying to get everything super fast. It won't work, bro. You may get lucky once here and there, but you get lucky once, you're gonna automatically think you can do it again. You can tell yourself that I won't do it again, but deep down, bro, you already programmed your mind to kind of thinking that it's okay to do things like this and do things like that. You know what I mean? And like I said, you may get it right sometimes, you may get it wrong sometimes, but once you get it right a few times, you're gonna think it's okay, and it's not gonna be okay. So yeah, and I sometimes wouldn't take like profit. I would be up a pretty decent amount for the day, and I just wouldn't take it, bro. I was just I was going through a tough time around that time. Not gonna lie, when it comes to like my trading, at least. The firm rules aren't forgiving. Just need one side to play out to more personal. You don't gotta worry about. Exactly, bro. Exactly. I was just talking to my homeboy about that yesterday. That these pop firms are cool and everything, but I would even feel better in the inside if I'm able to like trade my own live account with some decent size. So, but that once I've been thinking about that for like the last like 2 weeks. So I'm not gonna lie, I do plan on like funding a live account, working on that here soon. So I'd rather just have like 5, 10K capital in a live account, and I'll be good with that. I'll make some pretty decent, gains off that, factoring in losses as well. But a 5 to 10K, account of your own personal funds, risking about what $200 a day, $100 a day, $200 a day, in a live account. It's pretty. That's solid, bro. It's pretty solid. I would say. While having a few funded accounts on the side and stuff like that, obviously, but just having that live account is just gonna like solidify everything. I feel like so. Yeah, I'm gonna figure out how to put my YouTube chat up on my actual screen here, cause I usually look from my phone. I usually look at it from my phone, so um, it'll be easy bread. It'll draw when you hit your weekly glow. Yeah, in fact. At one point, I was trading live. At one point, I did have a live account, and I was just making like $200 a day, and I was just withdrawing, 200, pretty much like every day. And I actually ended up, withdrawing all the money out that account once I took a deep. I got into like a little bit of drawdown after I lost my funded accounts because I still had that live account. So I just decided to, withdraw all that money. And yeah, because I felt like if I didn't withdraw it, I was honest with myself. If I would have kept that money in that live account, the type of mindset I had around that time, um, I would have lost that account, bro. So I just knew it was best for me to just withdraw all of that and just chill for a little minute, take a break, bro, and come back and take my time, bro, instead of trying to rush it. But yeah, man. So about 2 hours in, I do have a live recording video. I will upload the live recording as well. So I'll have the live stream up, and then I'll have the live recording as well. So in both accounts. So today we made about $400, right? I would say. Yeah, about 400, close to the 400 mark. Just pretty decent on two accounts, I would say. Um, like I said, once I get a little bit more buffer in the account, then I'll be confident with upping the risk a little bit more, you know, stuff like that. So they actually did hit the new week opening gap. That was nice. They actually did reach it, the upper portion, upper quadrant. So that would be it right there. That was pretty nice. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream, man. I'll see y'all. I honestly don't think I'm gonna trade tomorrow, but if I do decide to wake up and trade and look for trades, look for something that's pretty clear, I probably will. But it's like a 50-50 chance. I might spark up a stream, I might not. But let me see what next week's looking like as well too. Next week we have no news on Monday, so I won't even trade Monday. We have this on Tuesday, so I can look Tuesday. Yeah, I can look Tuesday. I can look for maybe something Tuesday. Wednesday probably be like consolidation. Thursday would be pretty decent. So next week we're just gonna have to go light. We're gonna have to go maybe like another light week again. Another light week. Yeah, because we don't get that. We don't get like that. We don't get no volatility until the following week. So next week will be a light week. So we'll just see what price has to offer, what it's looking like. But I'm not expecting I'm not expecting nothing crazy. But anything can happen. They can put in news over the weekend and change the whole week. So yeah, that's about it. Take it easy. Yeah, appreciate you, Christian, bro. Appreciate you for stopping through, my boy, talking to me and stuff like that. If you're new to the stream, make sure you leave a like. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the notification bell. And if I don't stream tomorrow, I'll definitely spark up a stream Tuesday. And we'll do that. We'll do something like that. If I do decide to, trade the PM session, let's say tomorrow or something, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I really don't know yet. But I'm gonna go ahead and get off this, man.